when you're a police officer or when you're a forceman. I'm a forceman, there's nothing to fear. It's feel like I can also work anywhere in the world.
Adam Lopez, Oscar Valdez. Gentlemen, I think a lot of people want to see this one again. Oscar, you're 1 year out of the ring. How excited are you to get back into it?
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm extremely excited, man, because it's been 1 year since my last fight. And coming off the loss, it's more motivating because it doesn't matter how you lose. What matters is how you come back. You come back strong, or you decide to stay small. So I just want to come back and set the statement and go on from there. I'm very excited. This is what I felt like I was born to do. I've been fighting ever since I was 8 years old, and just can't wait to be in the ring. It felt like eternity this long year.
Yeah, boxing needs you in the ring. It's an exciting time to be a part of boxing, and clearly this card on Saturday night is a perfect example of that. Adam, you took the fight against Oscar on 1 day's notice. It was an incredible fight. Everybody still talks about it. You wanted this rematch. Are you surprised it's happening?
I'm surprised it's happening. Oscar told me he'd give me the rematch after our first fight, but it never came about. He went on, he won his world title. We both went our separate ways, but we come back full circle, and I think it's a great time that we both fight at this time on this card. It's a huge fight. People have been wanting to see it. I'm very excited for it.
How is working with Eric Brown help you dial things in?
Eric Brown is such a great coach. He's brought out the best in me. Every single day I'm in the gym, he's making sure I'm on my P's and Q's, or I might get smacked that day. Yeah. He's definitely an old school coach, definitely pushed me to my limits every single day, and I think he got the best out of me this camp for sure.
Oscar, he was surprised he got the rematch. Why was it important to you to offer him the rematch and get back in there with him?
Like you said, after the first fight, we said we're gonna get the rematch, and it was like we said, it's perfect timing. The perfect timing. And right now, I just want to step in the ring. I want to thank Bob and Top Rank, my manager Frank Espinosa for making this happen again. Stepping inside the ring. Like I said, it's what I love to do. I love being in the gym. I love training. I love fighting. So you guys are gonna see something different Saturday night.
Bob, I want to bring you in here. You're sitting here like a ninja. You don't say much until I call upon you. We got an amazing 10-round lightweight bout with Murataya Nakatia and a 10-round junior lightweight bout here, Valdez and Lopez. Talk about these four guys for a little bit, because they've been such a big part of Top Rank boxing.
But you have to understand, we have an incredible main event, which is a pick'em fight with Haney and Lomachenko. And it really behooves us to dress up the card with the best fights that we could make. And the two fights up here are tremendous contests, really good betting fights, good close fights, and the fans will enjoy it. And the fans are going to enjoy the entire night. The card is loaded. You'll see tomorrow with the fighters, young fighters who start with ESPN Plus, and then a championship fight on ESPN, and it's really a tribute to boxing, because the main event, these two warriors, Haney and Loma, deserve the best possible card that we could give them.
Oscar, I want to come back to you. I'm more of a boxer. I don't really consider myself a hard-hitting fighter, but I can do all different styles. I can bang. If the guy boxes, I can pressure. If I'm a pressure guy, I can also box. Whatever the fighter brings, I'll switch it up. You've been candid about your relationship with Eddie Reynoso and how he's helped you. What are some of the things that you took away from your last fight that you have spent working on and improving on, so that we see a different Oscar in the ring with a different mindset?
You always learn from Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso is a great trainer, and like I said, I always thank Eddie for giving me the time that we need to keep on improving, because we all know he has the big guy, the face of boxing. He has Canelo Alvarez, so that will take a lot of time from him. But him giving me the time and the effort to keep on improving and learning, I always thank him, and we always work on a lot of things But one thing that's always clear for me is he always works on the defense area. And it doesn't mean we're not going to be offensive at the time, but we always got to keep that defense in every moment so no surprises come. But with my fight against Shakur Stevenson, it was completely different because Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter, very technical, has a great ring IQ. So it was a great learning experience from fighting Shakur.
The last time you fought Adam, a lot of people in boxing said the fight was prematurely stopped. A lot of chatter on social, people commenting. Did part of that weigh in on the rematch, saying, hey, look, let's just do it again and let me show you what this is all about?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we said it before that we were gonna have the rematch, and due to the fact that people were commenting, saying that they want the rematch because it was our early stoppage, then I said, okay, we have to do this. Eventually, we're gonna end up doing it, and I think right now is the perfect moment. So we're ready.
Yeah, it is the perfect moment. It's the perfect fight for this card as well. Adam, quote, I've had a lot more time to think about Oscar. I'm a lot older now. I've got more experience. It's going to be a different story. How do you change the ending to this story on Saturday night?
I'm a different fighter, man. He fought me, I was 23 years old, 15 fights. You know, I'm 27 now, I got 21 fights. I've been in there with some of the best since him. You know, I've taken some losses, but I've learned from them losses. I've never turned down no fights. I take hard fights every single time I'm out there, you know, and I learn from them every single time. I'm learning inside and outside the ring. So the time I'm in right now, I'm the best I've felt, the best I've been, the best shape I've been in. It's a different story. If he thinks it's going to be an easy fight, he's in for a long night.
I said it to Oscar, I say it to you, boxing is better with you in the ring. We're excited to see you in there. There's a lot of talk about Navarrete and Lopez. Do you want to play spoiler to that conversation?
I'm definitely here to mess up the game plans, for sure.
Oscar, any last comments before we wrap it up and we let you guys face it off for the first time?
All good. I'll just let my fist do the talking Saturday night.
Yeah, these two fights Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be absolute fireworks. And it's to Bob's comment, the card is absolutely stacked. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you now to just simply leave your microphones on your chairs, and we're going to let you face off for the first time. And then we are going to bring out our main event. Everybody watching, please sit tight. We're going to let these guys face it off for the first time this week.
Mayweather. Jeff on Haney and Loma, and then who he gives the edge to out of Haney is but yeah, I'm staying alive and everything. But just if you see the camera move a little bit, it's because I'm adjusting my cell phone to get a better shot of them for the face-off and stuff. Yeah. But I see they're going to split them up, so obviously I'll stay alive so you can switch between me and Loma. Did you have any preference whether I go Haney or Loma? Or just half shot out of Okay, got it. I'll ask Ron if he has a preference. I'll pick the other. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of questions. As I do Loma, so I'll ask him. Hey Ron, did you have a preference on Haney or Loma when they bring them to each side? You'll do Haney? Okay, I'll do Loma.
And I think you can ask, I think there's better stuff you can get from Loma that hasn't been talked about.
Okay. I got a few hot ones for Devin if you were open to suggestion maybe. But, let me see, what did I... Hey Ron, you know what I think is a good question for Devin though? Like, what's the difference between fighting on the inside, punching out of the clinch, and being dirty? Okay, yeah, gotcha.
No, that's it. I'm asking it myself. That's it. I already took it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine.
Solid question.
Cool little interaction they have right there. Huh? That little.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just sending them just in case you think they're any good. Like, I'm just curious, genuinely curious. You know, like, yeah.
I can tell.
Dr. Dre has nothing on this production.
The loop. Like that music that play in the background while you choosing a soldier on video games.
Yeah. Selection. Skip.
The
KO artist. Yeah. Right. Say some hard shit when you get selected, like, what that is, get that final pose. Round one. Oh yeah. I'm pretty good at the game.
That's awesome.
Fucking love.
That's good shit. It's still in beta, right? It's still
Early, basically. Early access.
I played it once. Well, I played it a few times with my brother had it.
Definitely a learning curve.
Yeah, Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Well, if you actually get, like, if you get good at the game, you do some cool shit. Let me see if I still have.
I think when that game all
Fire. Yeah.
Deontay Wilder looks like fucking Deontay Wilder. Like exactly like.
Here's one.
I have
Look, this is me with Ryan.
who's that? Terrence? Who are you fighting? Is that Terrence?
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Body to head, and then and then this was nasty what I did with Martinez. This this was the nastiest thing. I did a highlight reel of Martinez on Canelo.
I'm gonna tell you who you showed it to. I'm set to talk
The left hand. Oh, every time, like you used to do.
Can't miss.
Well, yeah, I was trying to fight like the real Martinez. Just side to side, 1-2s. Oh, yep. Jab, step back. Oh, yeah, that was it.
I played Wilder versus Fury.
Yeah.
I'm like, we gotta get the victory over this dude.
Right.
And I got it, bro. I knocked him out. Hey. So I gotta post that. Maybe I'll post that tonight.
Yeah, that's content.
Nobody's gonna matter. Nobody's gonna risk it. It's not like you're a world leader. I can say world leader thing.
I'm not going to not get credentials in the future or something like that. I think they will give the credentials after that. Yes. He must really just be the other night for that he just start. They're probably outfits that before him. Right when you hit. Why wouldn't you?
Go ahead, Bob.
I'm just saying, I gotta
Oh, yeah, you really want to race?
They say 40, I'm like, I'm 50, and I definitely
I'm gonna put that as the title. He's giving me my title.
We need to do fancy. What are the fancy goal predictions?
Hey, Jeff's prime or Jeff now?
Just prime.
He's like, he could beat Jeff now.
definitely be doing well until Rolly finally landed.
Yeah, correct him, yeah.
But
He has to be ahead on points for about the 67.
yeah.
Then Tony Weeks can save him.
What we're filming right now.
Great. We'll keep them engaged.
The numbers went up.
Day, bro. Numbers are going up.
Yeah,
Constant games. Change my thumbnail to this.
Probably look at the age factor. As an older guy, you probably not sure that much, but I think a younger guy would love it.
That guy, you can see by his nature, when you get to see after fighting, he's out there standing there, like, you know, you didn't even seem like he has any kind of emotion at all. So, yeah, well, what would you have done with No, I mean, see, Michael White, we gave him a chance to go.
Ahora me tiene que 36, 87. No, but I think
It's going up.
that's the player can say.
Trying to get a raise.
Estaba pensando si voy, me dejo la ahí porque fuera con ella, no por ella, pero me voy a la universidad. No, ahí me ayudan para no me recomiendan.
If I was 70 years younger.
70.
Una parte de mis cosas, pero bueno, tú haz lo tuyo y si ella no reclama, vamos a hacer promo.
Trust me, Stephen, I may not look it.
Yo hago lo mío, Así que haces que me puedes cuando hace la pelea.
Escali.
El 20 para ella porque ya tiene
I heard some of those credits.
No, I did too, yeah. Ali couldn't believe my stamina.
Ya no va a haber más, después de que agarras esa pelea no va a haber más. Atención. Hay otros términos. Lo que pasa es que cuando, como fue en mi canal, agarró 1.250 mensual de por vida. Pero no, pues tú no vayas a porque no se vaya a poder. Eso es lo que tú me tienes que preguntar. Sí, yo sé, es lo que hace. Porque si agarro yo 50,000 de por vida, pues van a ser 1.700, ¿no?
Let me show you how it's done.
So you guys going to the comments?
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Es lo que voy a tratar de arreglar cuando estoy a las
They're
9.
trying to get a raise.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think maybe the problem is, people that go in and fight.
A mí me daron 384,000 y chingazo.
How far is it?
384,000. No los quise. Preferí 1,800 de por vida. Cuando me muera yo, le voy a llegar llegando a la feria a mis esposos. Hombre, esa pinche feria se acaba de volada. Las viejas todo quieren. Ahorita está pintando la casa. ¿Cuánto costó la pintura? No, pues costó $1,000 pintarla por dentro. ¿1,000? ¿Cuántas recámaras son? No, nomás la pura, el área de arriba, sin las recámaras. ¿Una compañía? Un vato. Se dedica a Haney, que me pintó la casa por fuera. ¿El demo no vino? Me habló ayer que iba a venir a la... Una morra amiga mía quiere quedar con ella para jugar y que le dice, no puedo trabajar. Sorry, man. Oh my God. Are you here or no? How much did they fucking pay? Oh, okay. That's it. Okay, I see you later.
Haney Loma and drink C4.
I didn't see a shot what happened. Like one of the things, one of the more recent ones, 10 minutes one, 9 minutes one. She was just to see my 10 minutes commercial.
Haney Loma is one big ruse just to get you to drink C4. That's the real reason we're here today. This is just big product placement for C4. Yeah, it's about boxing, but it's really about C4.
I know it's gonna be a big fight. That's una moreta, ¿vas o no vas? No que tú ibas y no sé qué, que no iba a trabajar. En mi casa. Por el fin de semana.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. I say that every time, but rarely is he sitting right beside me. Bob, how excited are you about this main event Saturday night?
Well, if you're a boxing fan, you have to be tremendously excited. This is what boxing is all about. Two evenly matched guys, two tremendous professionals fighting for supremacy. I can't wait for Saturday night.
I can't wait to bring them up. They're in the building, so let's bring them up here. Please welcome the former unified lightweight champion of the world, Vasily Lomachenko, and Ingus Klimas, and the youngest undisputed champion in the modern era, Devin the Dream Haney, and Bill Haney. Gentlemen, come on up. Welcome, gentlemen. Guys, thank you for spending some time. Fight week well underway. Champ, we'll start with you. Now that we're into fight week, do you feel any different, or are you just rolling with it?
Oh man, alhamdulillah, I'm happy that fight week is finally here. It's all a dream come true for me. It's crazy that it's finally here. I've trained, I had a great training camp, me and my team, and it's go time, Saturday night.
Bill, I want to bring you in right away. I asked you this yesterday at Grand Arrivals, but I want to dig in a little bit deeper. When you take the training hat off and you sit there beside your son as father, how proud are you?
Oh, I'm extremely proud. This is something that Devin has been working towards. We've had a great example of a father and son duo with Loma and his dad, who've been an epitome of professionalism and a hard-working journey. So it's a great opportunity on this big stage for me and Devin as a duo to our climax be a fight against a hell of a team like Lomachenko team.
There's been a lot of talk, a lot of amazing blood, sweat, and tears programs. Top Rank's done an incredible job promoting this fight. Devin, you've said consistently over and over, he should have fought you 4 years ago. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, no, Top Rank ESPN has done a tremendous job, promoting the fight. This is the one. This is the big one for me, and I'm happy with the way that Top Rank has did the promotion. But yeah, I definitely feel like he should have fought me 4 years ago. Well, I would have at least got my shot 4 years ago. But Allah is a perfect planner, and now the time has finally come. It's gonna be worse than it would have been 4 years ago for him.
Loma, Egas, welcome to the stage. Thank you guys so much for being here. Loma, you had this opportunity to fight for the undisputed titles, but you turned it down to return to your homeland and fight for your country. Talk about that for a minute and how that impacted your life and this journey getting to where we are today.
Hi everyone. Look, it's hard to say because you can change nothing. If you say something or do something, it's nothing change. I think only God can change. So we need to do just pray and ask Him about stop this war.
Absolutely. Egas, I want to ask you, was there concern from you and the camp and everybody involved when that decision was made?
First of all, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having us here in Vegas. Beautiful, beautiful city, good boxing, mega city. Of course, in the first, we, with the Top Rank, made this path road for Lomachenko to fight Kambosos and go to Australia. We were very excited. And then I made a phone call to Vasily and said, look, we have an opportunity to go and to fight with Kambosos, and for all those titles you were dreaming. And the answer was, I guess, no, I'm not going. It's not what is on my mind. Right now, I can't think about my career. I can't think about boxing. All I can see right now is just our country is being bombed, people getting killed, and everybody here in this country needs me here. I can't go aboard. So I'm sorry. And I said, this would be a last opportunity. And he says, if it's meant to be, that's what it's meant to be. My decision is to stay here. And in the beginning, I kind of like, wow, we are working so hard to do that. That was my kind of like a first thoughts. But after that, I realized how strong he is and how good human being and how good man he is. And I told him, you're better than me for sure.
Yeah. There are a lot of things more important than the sport of boxing. One of them is patriotism, particularly when your country is in the grips of defending itself from a terrible aggressor. And it's a small country compared to the size of the aggressor. But with will and determination, look how this thing is turning out. The Ukrainians are giving better than they're taking from the Russians. And I salute all of the people in Ukraine And I salute Vasily Lomachenko for the stand he took, staying behind to defend his country rather than participate across the globe in Australia in a fight.
Loma, now that we're here and you've had a camp and you know you've talked about this being your dream for so long, and now it's here Saturday night. How locked in are you? I'm hearing the term from your camp, locked in, a lot. How has camp been and how locked in are you?
It was hard, like always. It was very hard, and but it was more motivation. It was big motivation for me because I understand it's a last chance to be undisputed. That's why it's every train, every day, push me, and push me. And now, 4 more days.
Devin, I want to come back to you, man. This is an unbelievable weekend. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. This is your hometown, pulling up to MGM Grand. You talked about as a kid, seeing all of the big fights here. This is your big weekend. Is this your toughest opponent to date, even though you hold all the belts and you went to Australia twice? Is this the toughest fight of your life?
I mean, every fight, you know, up to date is, you know, your toughest test because, you know, it's only more at stake. You know, every fight, you know, we want to win every fight. So, yeah, on paper, this is my toughest test. But I look to you know, make it an easy night on Saturday night and as easy as possible and come out victorious.
You wanted this one. You've been calling for it. Here we are.
Yeah, I've been calling for it for, like I said, 4 years, but the time is finally come. You know, I take my hat off to him for even, you know, giving me a shot after 4 years. You know, I respect everything that he's, you know, his decision to, you know, stay and fight for his country and all that. That gave me the shot in a line for me to get my shot to go to Australia. So it was only right that I give him the shot as well, like a true champion should. And I like to put on a great fight for the fans on Saturday night.
Do you ever step back and look at how far you've come in such a short amount of time? And we talk about ESPN, we talked about blood, sweat, and tears. What an incredible journey this has been. All of this exposure, these documentaries, cameras following you around. And 24 years old.
Yeah, man, everything has, I knew that one day all of this would come, but alhamdulillah that it, you know, it came faster than what I thought it would, but I worked hard for it. I dedicated, you know, I've been dedicated since I was 7 years old, put my all into it, and you know, it prepared me for these big moments. Everything up to this point, fighting in Tijuana, going to Australia, doing all these things it all prepared me for this point. And I'm blessed to be here. I'm happy to be here, and I'm having fun.
Bill, I want to ask you the same thing. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams we'd be here now at this point in his career at this age?
It's just truly been an amazing journey. It took a lot of people behind the scenes to make this thing happen. Devin has been wanting to fight. It was important to him while we were coming back from Australia, while the plane still had turbulence. He wanted to go to New York to challenge Vasily Lomachenko and to give the people of Ukraine the opportunity to see their champion fight for undisputed. So that meant a lot to us. You know, it was great people that worked on it, such as Lou DeBella, our attorney John Hornhewer, who really worked behind the scenes and said, if this fight can happen, it's going to happen. And he was a man of his word. We were thankful for it, and now we're here.
We're all here, and we're all thrilled that you guys are here, both parties. Incredible families of boxing. And we can go through the card and talk about all of the families involved in Saturday night, and I think that's what puts this one leaps and bounds above others. There's been some talk, you guys, this week. Loma, he called you an amateur, and you haven't fought anyone like him. He's gonna walk all over you.
I don't want to talk about this.
You guys were in the tunnel just here yesterday. MGM Grand, our cameras were following you, and you called him dirty a little bit. He said at breaks, he doesn't break, he likes to throw punches. You guys okay over there? So the chatter's been happening this week, like it's starting.
Yeah, I mean, it's fight time, you know. just call a spade a spade. I know what he's preparing for. At the end of the day, we're prepared for whatever he brings to the table, and it won't matter. Whatever, if you want to make it a dirty fight, we got answers.
Igis, you've been in this game a long time. Is this the biggest fight that you've been a part of?
It's one of the biggest, but I've been involved in a very big fights. I've been involved in the stadiums with a 90,000 people fight around the world, including UK, Saudi Arabia, United States, T-Mobile Arena. So yes, it's one of the biggest. But I just wanted to ask a question to the whole people around here. I wanted to ask a question. First of all, I wanted to thank Haney. I wanted to thank the Haney family, Bill, David, for giving this opportunity for Vasily to fight for his dream. And very thankful for Top Rank, ESPN promoting this fight. Thank you guys very much. Without you, it wouldn't be happening. I like the talk going between the camps. I like that, but I also very like the respect going from the both camps to each other. Usually it's going like, swearing to each other and ba 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 until we're gonna go to the ring. This is going a very good, nice promotion. I wanted to thank everybody. Second, what I wanted to say is, what's the question was?
Igis, we're only a little bit mad that you wouldn't have given us the opportunity that we're giving you right now. We're just only a little bit mad.
4 years ago?
Anytime. Would you have ever given us the opportunity that we're giving you guys right now?
Look, 4 years ago, Lomachenko came in already as an established boxer. He didn't have a time in his career to go and to fight the young fighters. 4 years ago, you're gonna agree with me, David was not a name, big name in the boxing. David didn't have any titles. Lomachenko was always chasing champions, the big names. So
You told me it would never happen. You told me it would never happen, and we believe in God, we believe in Allah, and we know that Allah knows best. You said it would never happen, and I said, we'll see.
And you were right at that point, because I never was thinking David was going to be an undisputed champion, and he is. And it's more respect to him. And that's what bad.
Have anybody else ever run your phone like we called your phone to fight Lomachenko? Is there anyone else raising their hand to fight this great fighter right here?
First of all, you know better than me, we are in the boxing business. We have a different promoters, we have a different networks, and you guys were with a Matchroom, you were on the Zone, we were with a Top Rank, we were on the ESPN. Even Lomachenko had a signed agreement with ESPN exclusivity. We couldn't go to the Zone no matter what. So it is what it is, but right now we're here.
Is there any other top fighter that has run your phone to fight Vasil?
No.
No, that's the answer.
No.
So to the people, this is a tough guy, Lomachenko, 3-division world champion, 2 Olympic medals. My son, 24 years old, has been chasing him because he's a great fighter. Let's make that understood. No one is chasing Lomachenko the way he is because he's a great fighter, and Devin is putting himself to the test and giving the Ukraine people something to hope for in a champion as Lomachenko.
I'll tell you one thing, everybody was running from Lomachenko. It was hard to get somebody in the ring with Lomachenko. And you were chasing, exactly, yes. So Saturday night, I think is going to be a very, very nice and a good fight for the fans, for the world of boxing. But I forgot what you asked me, Mark.
No, this is the way it's supposed to be. I don't even care. I'm not going to ask any more questions for the rest of the afternoon. I think we just sit here and we freeball and see what happens. I want to go back to the biggest fight comment, Angus, because that's what I started with. But your answer, you said, hey, stadiums, 90,000, 100,000, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Take all of that away, and I want to pose the same question to Bill. I'll give you both an opportunity. How does this fight differ in your gut, in your soul, in your heart, when it comes to winning this fight?
Look, over those years we've been working with Vasily since he started a pro. We became friends. We became like a father and a son. We became very close. So his dreams are my dreams. Every time in the 10 years I was hearing when we're gonna do undisputed, when we're gonna do undisputed. So now you're asking me how big fight, how do we want that fight? It's the same thing like you ask a blind man, do you wanna see? Yes, we want this fight. It's a big fight, and we ready for it. He is ready. I'm sorry, not I, me, him.
Well, I think that's a good Freudian slip, because I think you have to be ready too. Bill?
Well, simple and plain, we started this journey when Devin was 8 years old. And along the journey, I asked Devin how good did he want to be? And he said he wanted to be one of the best that ever put on a pair of gloves. And to be that, you must step up to these kind of challenges. He's evolved into an incredible young man, both inside and outside the ring. I couldn't be more happy with his decision. He is the boss of our company, and we're moving straight ahead.
I love that. Loma, I want to come to you. You have been complimentary of Devin, his skill, his ability, but you said it's nothing new, and you have a job to do. All the belts are on the line. How do you walk out of the ring holding them on Saturday night?
Look, he really a high level boxer. He understands boxing. He knows what he needs to do. He can use his reach. He can use his feet and fill in distance. But I have a big experience in this sport, and it will be very interesting for me.
David? Hearing him compliment you like that, but also know that he has a job to do?
Yeah, I mean, we both have a job to do. You know, he has many good attributes that he does in the ring, but it's for me to go in there and crack the code and exploit his weaknesses.
I mentioned this earlier, Vegas is home. How do you and your team put pause on Vegas and all of the distractions that come along with that? You being at home, all your friends, all your family blowing you up. Hey, I need tickets. Can you get me into the suite? You got a credential for me? How do you separate all of that stuff so that you can just focus on the task at hand? Can you give us a little insight as to the camp and the family around you that's got your back?
I mean, it's tunnel vision for me. You know, I don't see nobody else, nothing else but Loma and being victorious. You know, the tickets gonna do what they're gonna do. Everything's, you know, I got a team that takes care of those things. But my main focus is Loma winning the fight. You know, I put my all into training camp. I push myself, and I'm ready to go. All the other, you know, things that come with a big event, you know, it is what it is. It comes with the territory. But my main focus is being victorious.
Ramadan fell during camp. We documented it in the series. It was incredible to see. A lot of friends who are Muslim who had to fast for the month. You guys went downtown, you gave out food, you went above and beyond. Was it difficult for you to put your faith aside for a little bit or approach it in a different way during camp?
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, difficult because I wanted to fast. Most of my family was fasting during Ramadan, and I fasted for, I want to say, almost 2 weeks, or a little bit under 2 weeks or whatever. But I wanted to fast with my family and, you know, make the sacrifices. But Allah understands that, you know, this is my job, this is how I feed my family. So that's when, you know, I made zakat and gave back as much as I could. But so much blessings always come for me and my family after Ramadan. You know, after Ramadan, the biggest blessings come to me, I feel. And the fight game is right after Ramadan, and this is a blessing. And me being victorious would be even more of a blessing. So, like I said, once again, I'm excited for Saturday night.
Loma, you've said time and time again, you like danger. There's danger over here. Saturday night, is this the most dangerous opponent that you think you've ever faced?
Maybe I can answer after Saturday night. Then I check this one. But of course, right now it's the most important moment in the boxing right now.
Without question, Bob, this is a fight of fights. Our T-shirts say Top Rank since 1966. Where does this one rank among your list of favorite fights to have promoted?
This ranks right up with the best ones. Why? Because it's so competitive and there are so many opinions out there as to who will win. The odds are very, very close. So that means it's a really good betting fight. And if a fight is a good betting fight and people believe it's going to be so competitive, there's nothing better in boxing or in sports. And so I am so pleased with these two fighters, with the determination that they brought with them. This will be a great fight and a great night for the sport of boxing.
Everybody in this room who works in boxing has a pound for pound list. Do you pay attention to that? And after Saturday night, victorious, where are you on that list in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, the world has seen me, pay attention to the pound for pound list and, feel a way about it. But at the end of the day, it's only an opinionated list, and it is what it is. My main focus is being victorious, beating Loma, and wherever they put me on the pound for pound list, it should be high.
Loma, you've been at top of that list pretty much your entire professional career. What does a fight like Saturday night mean to you, aside from the belts and undisputed, because I know at the end of the day it's just simply about that, but rank this fight in the history of your career now, where that lives and what that does for you.
Look, Seth, it's mean then you put a goal in your life, you need to take it. If you can't do this from first time, you can try to do this from second time and again. But you need to take your goal, your dream. This is what I try to do, and it's mean if I take it, I'll be really very, very happy. And thanks for God, thanks for to my promoter, my top rank company, my manager, my family, my father, and all people who support us.
Styles make fights, and clearly we have two incredible styles taking the ring Saturday night. Bill, are there things that you guys worked on specific to his style that we will see possibly that we didn't or haven't seen from Devin?
Preparing for a Lomachenko, you can prepare for everything that you see him do, but he has the ability to rise to a different level. All champions of yesteryear, they bring out a gear that you haven't seen. So you can't just necessarily prepare for him. We can do our best to prepare. Devin has an array in his toolbox. We brought out every weapon. We've dusted it off. And I'm confident that Devin will make the adjustment needed on the May the 20th. But I have a question for Mr. Aaron. Sir, where will you rank the winner of this fight? And in terms of the pound for pound, or even as a future great, as an all-time great?
Bill, that is a trap question because I got so many young fighters out there that if I ever mentioned anything about pound for pound, they'd be in my ass in 30 minutes. So Bill, you're gonna let me off the hook.
Yes, sir.
But I can say my world. If David gonna win, he's gonna have my vote, pound for pound #1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Inshallah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I think everybody in the room agrees that this is the fight of fights. We've been waiting for this one a long time. What's up, brother? Igis, for you, the same question that I just posed to Bill. Styles make fights. This has the potential to be absolute fireworks.
No, it's gonna be, I guarantee, for not for a single guy, it's gonna be just a walking in the park. It's gonna be a very, very hard fight for the both sides. I hope they prepared as much as I can see. They are prepared. I know for a fact Loma prepared. Let's do it on a Saturday night.
The boxing community has the utmost respect for both of you guys. It is an absolute privilege for us in the boxing world to have this fight happening. I think we can all agree that this is something that the community, this sport, needs more of. If you end up with all the belts on your shoulder like you got them right now on Saturday night, where do you go from here? Where do you see yourself going next?
It's a lot of big fights to be made. For me, I'm still young. I want to fight the best fighters in the world. My main focus is being victorious on Saturday. And then we're gonna, go back, talk to my dad, Top Rank, my team, and then we'll see what's next. But my main focus is being victorious, because without being victorious, then I don't get those big fights that I want. And right now, this is the Super Bowl, the lightweight division. This is the biggest fight, the best fighting the best for all the marbles, the king of the division. So I can never look ahead.
Bill, you said earlier he's the CEO of the company, but this is a family affair. Where do you see the next steps leading? Because there is a big business to boxing, right? And this has been an unbelievable couple of years for your son. Truly remarkable.
Well, I met with Bob on several occasions. I've told him and Jeremy Kriegel that Devin is a hot knife and Top Rank is butter. That we believe that when we came over, that it wasn't about any preparing for any kind of fights, no development fights. That Devin wanted to be in the biggest and the best fights that Top Rank and the world could offer. I told him we had the 2 fights with Kambosos, and we sat down to talk about what that 3rd fight looked like. We wanted the best fight. We wanted them to put on whoever they felt that their best fighter was. We weren't trying to win 2, take an easy touch and run out the door. Devin is a quintessential businessman, and we just wanted him to.
He's just whispering sweet nothings into my ear.
Yeah, no, but we wanted more than anything to know that we've never stiffed any of our business partners. We've every deal that we've entered into, we fulfilled the contract, and it was very important to us that this 3rd fight be a fight that Bob wanted and the Top Rank team wanted, and if there was something else that was on the table, we were open to maybe talk about it or whatever. But right now we're focused on Lomachenko, and the rest will work itself out.
Loma, I want to ask the same question to you. Saturday night, 4 belts draped over your shoulder. What would you see next for yourself and your camp?
I just want to come back my home and start thinking and start life, real life, and that's it. If we're talking about future, boxing future, I don't know. It's too long, and right now I'm focused only on Saturday night.
Very good. Devin was whispering in my ear. The words free agency came out of his mouth into my ear after this fight. Elaborate on that and what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I see a lot of, people talking about, me being a free agent after this and, this and that. But, Top Rank has done a tremendous job with this event, Bob, and, the whole team. And, I'm happy with what they've done with me so far. And they got a lot of, good fighters, that are good future opponents over there on Top Rank. So I'm excited to, see what's next. But I like being with ESPN. I like working with Bob and Top Rank, and this is my home.
And I will say, candidly with you guys, it's literally one family to another. I was embraced by Bob and Brad and Carl and the team at Top Rank 6 years ago, and it truly is a family here at Top Rank, and you see it with Loma and his family, you see it with Devin and his family, and I think that's what makes Saturday night incredibly special. It is one for the ages. It is one you do not want to miss. ESPN.com pay-per-view. You do not want to miss this undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending time with us. We're going to ask you now to leave your microphones on the stage, and you're going to have a standoff right here, a face-off right here in front of us, the first one of the week. On behalf of everybody here at Top Rank and MGM in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
con este vato la vez pasada. Los manes estuvieron hablando de Frank y el Garcia, Lopez, y eso no era hablar nada, como que Frank hubiera ganado.
Get out of here by what time? It wasn't a tactic. It was.
Yeah, because but still, isn't punching out of the clinch, fighting on the inside? That's a part of boxing, isn't it?
No, we have the judges, we have the referee. If you do something good, you know what right. I always try to stay in fighter.
That's the first time. That's the first time, guys. I heard Loma was called a dirty fighter. We as a team don't recall it, and I probably say you as the reporters don't recall Loma fighting dirty.
I don't understand why I need to explain this.
Do you think it's because you're really good at getting guys off you when they're trying to hold you? You're not doing anything dirty, but you're good at, and you think maybe that's what he's getting at. You don't let them clinch.
Maybe it's maybe it's part of their plan game, but it's not.
But
well,
he
it's
put
not working.
he put a good seed, big seed into your heads because you guys, as a reporters, all been talking about that. Not Loma, you guys have been talking about that.
Is
So
he
he put
also-
a seed in your head.
Is he also trying to plant his seed
let me
in
ask
the
you this.
officials' heads with that, maybe?
Yeah, let me ask you this. A guy like you, like a Hall of Famer, do you believe it's the biggest dream in your career, this moment?
Самое большое цель в твоей карьере.
This one, yeah, of course. He understood Lomachenko. It's the biggest dream in professional sports, of course. Absolutely.
Do you think he's also trying to plant the seed in the officials' heads? Because they do like to clinch on the inside and have their way in that regard.
That would be a question for him, not for us. What he's trying to do, how to do it up. We just find out you already took that seed into your head.
Loma, can you describe what it means to be a patriot? What you've done is remarkable. A lot of people would tip their hats to what you did, walking away from your livelihood to be a patriot and help your country. Can you talk a little bit about that and how important that is?
Look, I know everything what happened. It's I don't know how to explain in English. Sorry, but
Happens for a reason.
yeah. I don't think about what happened in the past. I just think what happened in the future. But it is what it is. It was my choice, and I think you all guys do the same because it's your house. Then inside going close to your house, you need to defend your house, to defend your country, to defend your people, women, children. This is what we need to do. This is the reason why we live.
That's it.
Loma, becoming undisputed, where does that rank of all the accomplishments you've had in your career? The 2 gold medals, winning a title in your second fight. Where does it rank? Would you say?
Где тебя поставить? Когда ты станешь undisputed, где ты в твоей карьере поставишь с золотыми медалями, олимпийскими?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Now, right now, I'm not feeling this moment. That's why I can't answer. If it's happened, and when it's happened, maybe I will feel this moment and can answer 100%. But right now, I think in my head, gold medal, it's a child dream. It's a child goal. I was 6 years old and I put this goal in my head and go all my life for this dream. So for me, it's very, very important.
This question is for Egis and Lomachenko.
Thank you.
We understand in boxing that this is one of the finest boxers. So do you believe that this thing that is a dirty fighter is because he want to go into your mind?
Not finest, he's the best.
I understand that, but it's noise in order to try to distract
Look,
you.
we know boxing is also part of a mind game.
Yeah.
So, and the people has into their minds trying to bring something on the fighters. Maybe he's planning to make sure Loma is going to try to be not dirty, not to think about the fight, but how to be on that. But all of this it's in the past. It's in the past because you can't get into his head. I guarantee you, that nothing can hit into his head. When he goes in the ring, he's concentrated. You can talk whatever you want to talk. He's going to forget about everything but about the fight. So, more power to them. If they're trying to get into his head, let them do. Let them burn energy on that.
For you, the same. He's going to try into your mind.
I think so. But I don't have any answer for this question. Why he start talking about this? I don't understand.
Sean. Vasila, the last time he fought a southpaw was Jojo Diaz. Kind of the same size as you, a southpaw, and he did land the left hand against. Did you take anything from that fight?
Yes, absolutely. But we have different styles. And as you understand boxing, and you remember this fight, it was a close fight. It was very hard for him. But we have different styles with Jojo Diaz. That's why I think it will be more interesting.
Loma,
He was willing to sometimes take one or land one. Will you be willing to take that as well in the chance? Because some people felt in the Lopez fight that didn't happen. Will you be willing sometimes, if need be, to do that? Take one to land one.
Ты будешь готов, он позволил себе пропустить удар, чтобы нанести удар. И Haney, not Haney, Jojo Diaz против Haney. Не было такого видно, что когда ты боксировал с Теофимо Лопес, что ты готов пропустить один, чтобы нанести другой. Да? Ты бы готов на это, чтобы пропустить?
I'm not ready for this. I don't want to do this. I have a different style, and I have only one head on my body. That's why I care about defense. That's why I care about my head. And I don't want to take it back.
It seems quite personal from the Haneys towards you because they said you didn't give them the fight when they wanted it and now they're giving you the fight. Is it personal from you towards them at all?
Это как-то персонально для тебя, что когда они просили 4 года назад, ты не дал им шанс боксировать.
Look, it's not personal. You need to understand. Egis explained. 4 years ago, he was a top boxer. He was a good boxer, but he was without the belts. My goal was 4 belts. I chased. I had 3 belts, and I need. On that moment, I needed just one more belt. It was IBF, and Lopez hold this belt. That's why we will organize this fight with Lopez. But we can't organize just with this guy because he won this fight. No, he don't want. He don't.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't. No. He wasn't on my plan. He wasn't on my plan because
my dream was 4 belts. After that, if, but no, it's just stop. If I had 4 belts, and he will be an
Contender.
and will be contender, of course, no problem. But
Loma, so many fighters from Mexico, legends, they told me that you can knock him out. How's the feeling that some great legends from Mexico mentioned that you can knock him out?
we'll see. No, everything can happen in the boxing. Everything.
Loma, you've had one coach your whole career. He's had like 10 or 12 different coaches since he started boxing. Why do you think that is?
This is not been broken. No.
Да, его, у тебя был один, говорит, почему ты не можешь рассказать?
I never know about this. I never know. Look, maybe. Yeah, look, we will check it Saturday.
And what do you think of his style of fighting? The jab, jab, jab.
Look, he's smart. He's fast. He work very good on his feet. His defense is good too, and of course reach. That's why this fight will be not easy. That's why this fight will be very hard for both us.
Loma, on Saturday you would become undisputed with a victory. Teofimo Lopez is fighting Josh Taylor, maybe not for undisputed because the belts have been broken up, but you know he is the guy, right? Whoever wins that fight would be the main guy at 140. I know 135 is maybe a little big for you already, but is a rematch with Teofimo, if he were to get a victory over Josh Taylor, does that interest you, and how do you see that fight playing?
Of course it's interesting. Now it looks like personal.
You asking about 140?
Just because it's Teofimo and he fought him before, that's all.
He wants to fight at Canelo.
I mean,
Well, ESPN
Canelo was
already
on to fight
suggested
Usyk. That was kind of crazy.
Still, you're going to the Hall of Fame when you retire. But you were compared to guys like Sugar Ray Leonard and Ali. And do you feel like to truly be great like them, you have to win this fight Saturday?
No, I don't want to compare with these great fighters. I don't want to compare myself, but I do all my best. I just want to bring in the boxing something interesting, something high level skill. And this is, I think, what I does. I still do. I think so.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, brother?
I had the shoes on, bro. Over there.
Yeah, it was one or the other. Hey, what's up? He's getting big, brother.
Looking like you've been working on that back.
Damn, bro, you been fucking doing 10 push-ups today or what?
Yeah, just that.
Go ahead, bro. Oh, yeah.
Careful.
I don't want to check.
Everywhere. I'll call you. Okay, yeah. I just moved. What part of Vegas you live in? I live in Henderson. Okay, I live in 215 East. Where? 215 East. I live. It's called Horizon.
Welterweight champion. Showtime, Sean. We're in the flesh. We just finished up the press conference with Lomachenko, Devin Haney. How we doing?
Man, look at what's happening. I'm not doing well now because of you. But I am enjoying it.
On the show and Showtime together, we attract the crowd.
It is what it is, but I love the. Wait, no, not yet. That was hilarious.
But they're not going to see that.
You should show them. At least so I don't look stupid, like I don't know what I'm talking about.
But you always know what you're talking about. That's why we're speaking with
Do it behind the scenes, like replay, recap, like do something so that they know what I'm talking about. You guys need to see it. When he gets into a character, and he kills it. But you should see him before character. You guys don't get to see him before. Do they get to see you before character? Or they don't get to see you as the schmo?
only the show.
Yeah, only see. I need to see the other John Doe.
All right.
Come on, help me. I'm dying. Let's do it.
We'll do it another time. We'll talk to the show for a second.
You saw them on stage, Devin Haney, Lomachenko. They faced off. Who do you favor in that type of face-off, or who got the best of who? I know it doesn't matter for Saturday evening, but what's your reaction?
No, I mean that was a press conference face-off. Especially, I mean, you could see early on that Vasily is just not interested in talking. He's not really interested in the verbal war. So I think it'd be serious for him to fight now. I think that you get to a point where you've got experience. You know who you are, what you're gonna do, and it doesn't take a press conference for you to appease other people. And we can see that Vasily was never going to take it there.
Where does Showtime Sean Porter put the winner of this fight Saturday evening on boxing's pound-for-pound rankings?
I don't do pound for pound, man. I just think that there's a lot of great fighters out there, and it's really hard to determine who's the best of all that's great. But when you do take a look at the fact that Devin has all 4 titles, he's undisputed, youngest ever in his weight class, you just have to tip your hat to him and say, hey, you deserve to be in the top 10, especially in the top 5, especially given the fact that you went and took those belts from a statesman and went back and kept those belts away from the statesman. So I think that you belong in the top 5. That's it, that's the least. And I think certainly solidifying Devin's to be left. And of course, Loma, I think that he does something amazing.
So this is one of the biggest fights boxing can make, but let's talk about the next one. The winner of this one, who would you like to see next? Is it a Shakur Stevenson? Is it a Gervonta campaign? We're only talking about making the biggest fights possible in this great sport.
Yeah, I mean, when you say both of those fights are unique, fantastic fights in their own rights, so I think that the whispers are to see Shakur Stevenson against Devin. They're both under that top ranking brother. That's all as well. I think the best fight to be made in boxing right now is Shakur. That's the best fight to be made in boxing. But followed directly up by either those Devin is, I think he's going to do some things on Saturday night that really get some respect.
You're showing the Schmo the Porter way. Your boxing mind is second to none. You're always working. You're always busy. How's the retired life? Because it doesn't seem like you're retired. You're always working.
Not retired. Always busy. Always doing something. And I like to say that I'm living a life that I always want to live after boxing. And it's just amazing what can happen.
And it's all good with the ooh yes.
Ooh yeah. Oh, I didn't get that either, did I?
Not with the Schmo.
No, you didn't. You do it again. I'll tip my toes.
Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Gotta get the yeet in there.
Yeah, I had to separate mine from yours so that they wouldn't know the difference between this budget and
Get a final message for the Showtime fans out there worldwide.
Man, keep following the Schmo. Great guy from day one. Ever since I met you, man. You have not changed at all. You're unique in what you do. I love it. Can't wait to have you on the podcast. I got to be anytime. Come on, yeah, let's make that happen. We'll talk about that.
We'll do it. It's on camera now. Yeah. He's the pro on the Schmo MGM Grand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not too much of a line. He's a good-looking guy.
I hate following the schmo though. I'm trying to bring the energy now. What's up, brother?
Hey, anytime Showtime for the podcast.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay, you're here, right?
I'm based here. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta remember that. Okay, we'll talk soon then.
Absolutely.
Okay.
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Good, man. Oh, there's the good lighting right there.
You good?
Thought he fell.
Right. I couldn't tell if he was playing or not.
Yeah, I thought he fell. All right, there we go. All right, that's gonna have to do it. All right, what's up, sir?
My man. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. 3, 2. Steven Guarino right here with the one and only Showtime Sean Porter. I think last time I messed it up, I said
Sean Showtime Porter, so
Probably.
I'm glad I got it right. Showtime Sean
Probably.
Porter.
Takes some time.
Right.
It takes some time. I figured it out though. A majority of boxers have their nickname in the middle.
Right.
So it just
No,
kinda,
but that's what makes Showtime Showtime. Yeah, there we go. Here we are, man. Loma, Haney.
right back.
Right back.
I love it.
Right. It's man, it's good. Let's keep them coming, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully we get the Spence
Yeah.
Crawford in there too. But we'll get to all that later too, right? I'm getting ahead of myself.
You hearing things?
All right. I mean, it's same things you are, you know, but I feel
What are
like
you hearing?
I mean, I don't know, maybe you're hearing more than me.
Yeah.
Are you hearing
No,
more than
I'm
me?
If I was, I wouldn't tell you.
Read the body language. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. That's why I kept the smile.
I don't know. Maybe some good news. But let's get to this one first. Man, stylistically, this is like a boxing fan purist is like, this is going to be good. Stylistically, Loma's footwork, Devin's jab, and keeping them on the outline. What prevails, do you think? Or is it going to be just like this person does that and the other person adjusts, and the other person adjusts, the other person?
And I'm just coming up with this. I'm going to say it later on my podcast. But the first thing, as you were saying, the first thing that came to mind was, remember watching Peyton Manning and Tom Brady go at it? Like, that was like pure football, like at its finest. And so, like, just to if there's anybody that thinks they don't like the boxer against the boxer, and like you just said, who will prevail? The one that can move and control that range and that distance, or the one with the speed and the long arm and the energy and the charisma, things like that. I think that it's going to be a lot of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, where, you know, the shots that need to be taken at the right time, once they're taken, like what happens in that moment, you know what I mean? So I think that this is pure boxing at its finest. I think that it has elements along with it that will make so that the fight's not boring. It's like there'll be a lot of speed coming from Devin, but there'll be a lot of movement coming from the city. So it'll be kind of hard to determine what exactly is going to happen at every point in the match. But overall, man, I think it's exciting. Could be the fight of the year.
It really could be. And I think, you know, when you're looking at the Tank Davis fight, people were kind of excited about that because they knew it was probably going to end in a knockout one way or another. Maybe this doesn't have that kind of hype to it pre-hand, but I think you're right. I think it's going to be like one guy does something and the other guy's like, I got to give it back. I got to figure out and vice versa. Then it kind of comes back again.
You ever play laser tag?
Of course.
Yeah, so you know how like when you hit your pack gets hit and then you're down for a minute,
Right.
But then when you come right back, if that person didn't run far enough away, it's like I got you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I think that this is gonna be like it's gonna be tagged. You know what I mean? And I think that people will find that even though there are no hellacious punches, or we don't expect the hellacious, crazy, big punches to be landed, it's gonna be enough of the head going back. It's gonna be enough of the inside war and things like that for this to really be a good, interesting, and entertaining fight.
I
just got you going, didn't I? Oh yeah, that's what I do, baby. Hire me, somebody.
You're boss of everything already. Anyone like to hire me?
I'm trying to be.
We're all trying to make that money.
Yeah,
right. Let's talk about just the division in whole, right? Gervonta knocked out Ryan, body shot. It seemed like he had maybe an injury coming into it, but you know, all credit to Tank, he figured it out. You know, dominant performance. In the lightweight division, it's so stacked. It's these two, right? It's Shakur. It's Gervonta. If the winner of this fight, do you think they go the Shakur route or they go the Gervonta route?
Well, the Shakur route is the easier route for the sake of words. We understand that, you know, what from a promotional standpoint, what things look like. I think it's up to. I really don't see Vasily trying to go after Tank. I don't think. And what I mean by that, like I think that Devin is not just after the belts. He's also after the money, the stardom, the fame, the love, like everything. I think that Vasily's more so just looking for the wins, everything that comes with a win in terms of being able to support family, of course, everything that's going on for him at home and things like that. I really don't think he'd be chasing a Tank Davis so much as I would be able to see him say, hey, let's just work the business within the family the way that it works, you know. I honestly could see Devin, like, you know, really, like a lot like Bill said on stage, the way that they were chasing Vasily. I could see Devin trying to chase Tank and make sure that fight gets made too. But I mean, take a look at Shakur Stevenson. I mean, he could be the one ass out in this because, you know, he is not an easy fight for anybody, you know. And if you have an opportunity to make more money and have more eyes on you than ever, and be able to do certain interviews with certain entities that you've never had the opportunity to, there's a lot that comes with fighting Tank Davis, you know. So if it were me, and you've seen the way I orchestrated my career. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind taking a shot at Tank. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, that's not an easy fight. But you know, again, everything that comes along with it, it's a lot of fun promoting these fights. And when you're under the light and you love it, there's no other place you want to be. You know?
With those three guys, Haney, Shakur, Gervonta, rank those three for me.
Tank has been my number one for the last couple of years. Even before he moved up to 35, he was my one. I know it's been a few years since he's been at 35. Shakur is literally right behind him. Again, I know that Devin has all of the belts, but I just think that Shakur is special. And Devin, they're all really good. I think Tank is just the one that is a more well-rounded fighter and has, at the end of the day, that number one. You know what I mean? But with Shakur, it's like I could see him beating Tank. I just told Andy I could see him beating Tank, and I could see him beating Devin. Devin, that speed is ferocious. It's a killer. You know what I mean? So Devin's gonna be in a lot of great, fun fights. I think that tomorrow night's going to Saturday night's going to be really, really fun. It's hard to rank those guys because it's like when you really consider all of their attributes, it's like close your eyes, man, and anybody could be number one at any time. You know, the welterweight division was like that when I was fighting. It was like at any point in time, you give Sean a rematch and he'd walk away the winner. You know, at any point in time, once upon a time there was other fighters that were active and they could be champion at any point. You know what I mean? So that's where it is right now for the lightweight division.
Golden era, for sure. Golden era for the lightweights. Before we leave the ESPN top ranking, because I want to talk about Canelo and stuff like that, but
man, how long you trying?
Teofimo, just
I got a phone call.
Two, three more. Just Teofimo Lopez kind of went off, kind of off the rails a little bit in his comments. What were your thoughts on that?
Just quiet down, you know. You always have to be classy. You always have to be respectful, no matter how you feel. And you got to understand that speaking off an impulse, or even calculating what you're gonna say, but still, you got to say it in a way that is received and is understood. And I don't think that the way T.O. said what he said, I don't think it was received and understood. Not the way, at least, that he intended for it to be. You know, so I think when guys get in positions like that, it's probably best to just be quiet and let some time go by and position yourself in the ring to do something, and then let that speak, you know.
Just quickly, like I said, I want to get to Canelo. Solid fight against Ryder.
Solid fight.
Solid fight. Ryder's only been knocked out once, and it was a technical knockout.
Yeah.
And I want to say people kind of thought it was early.
Yeah.
And then, so he really got knocked out by Canelo.
Yeah.
Canelo was getting touched up a little bit, but he's in his hometown. He's fighting a guy that maybe he thought he would kind of be dominant over. It's not a Bivol, it's not a David Benavidez, right? What were your thoughts on Canelo's performance, and where does he go from here?
I thought it was a solid performance from Canelo. I thought it was the best Canelo we've seen in probably 3 fights.
Oh, wow.
That being said, probably even before it, probably Joe Sanders was the last, like, I thought, legitimate, strong outing that we've seen Canelo in. You know, the other fights were just kind of up and down. There's moments, things like that. I still think that he left his defense in the locker room or at the gym. I thought that he should have been sharper defensively and stepping around and things like that. But yeah, when you're at home and this is one for the fans and the family, and this guy isn't going to beat you, sometimes you're not as sharp as you need to be. So where does he go from here? I'm not sure who that opponent is. But I think he needs to be strong again, sharp again. And that means staying at 68 and finding someone that can, be that adversary for you that's going to make you look good. He's earned the right to be in those kind of fights. I know you guys don't want to hear that. You want to hear what you're not going to get. You're not getting Benavidez, okay? You're not getting. I'd like to see Charlo. I would like to see Charlo. I think that's a good, exciting fight. But you won't see Benavidez, so I'm not even gonna waste my time saying that.
I mean, that's why I didn't ask. I didn't go directly into that, you know, because I feel like maybe that's a couple of years away, if at all, right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's not happening.
Couple of years.
What?
No.
He's only 33.
Couple of years.
I guess not then. Well,
No,
I mean,
stop it. Couple of years. What are you talking? I keep laughing with couple of years.
like a
What?
year, maybe
Three in the next
Benavidez beats
365.
Morel.
No.
There's no route. There's no route.
There's no route.
Sorry.
I could
Sorry,
see
David.
Canelo getting in the ring with Morel before I could see him getting in the ring with Benavidez.
Why is that?
Morel ain't even where Benavidez is at. Because I think that when the team looks at the lack of experience of Morel and there's a couple of other determinations, I think Benavidez is the most rounded fighter at 168, and arguably one of the best well-rounded fighters in boxing. Simple as that.
Right. So that's why it doesn't happen.
100%. 100%.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Throw it in there. We'll go ahead and do it. Did Floyd put himself in harm's way at the end of his career? Or did Floyd put himself he put himself in the ring with guys that he knew, I'm gonna get you this way, if I'm gonna get you this way, I'm gonna get you that way. You don't see that from Benavidez. Couple of years?
This is gonna get worse.
Yeah, let's
right?
just laugh together.
It's gonna
Couple
get
of years?
better.
What? No.
Guess not then.
No.
Guess not. Last one I want to talk to you about. We touched on it earlier. Spence Crawford. I mean, do you know
Touch
anything?
on it.
No. Can we see Terrence's text maybe just real quick with the last? What, has he talked to you about it? Anything?
My man is in town, and I haven't even said this on my podcast, but I'll say it right here. He's in town, and I give all my guys like I give them their space. I understand my job as a podcaster and as someone who brings news and things like that to the sport, but I also have to be mindful of my friendships, my relationships, and do things strategically. You know, so at some point in some time, hopefully we'll get him in on the show. But if he is not able to say anything, I'm not gonna bring him onto the show and put him in a compromising position. I'm not gonna be the one to do it. Let you guys do that, man. That's like your space. That's what you guys have always done. You guys go and you pull it out of us.
Gotta try.
I can't say us anymore, but yeah,
because you're on our side now.
Yeah. So, but I just don't see. That's not really my style. I'll let you do that. Just let me know though.
Right. If I find something out.
Yeah.
Just talking about that, what's it like being on this side now? Kind of, you know, before you were the fighter, and maybe I don't think you personally, but you know, fighters tend to hear things, you know, just like Teofimo did, right? He was upset at Bradley and Jim Ward for their comments. Do you get that on your side now? Maybe you have an opinion about somebody and they're like, hey, Sean, what's the deal with that?
We were just talking about that. It comes my way. I try to be as respectful as possible, but yeah, I've had friends call and text and all that kind of stuff. But I just, you know, and that's why it's called the Porter way. I believe that the way I decide to do things, I try to be as respectful as possible. I try to be as creative and fun as possible. And, you know, the slip-ups here or there, I do learn from them almost instantly. And, you know, there's been a couple of cases where guys have called and said, hey, you know, respect this, that, so on and so forth. But I take it gracefully. And understanding that, hey, it's a part of the job now. Well, not everybody's going to like what you have to say, you know. I know that there could be some feedback from me not ranking Shakur as number one. Shakur's he's the guy, but I can't ignore the fact that Tank has been my number one guy for some time now, you know. So, but you know, I take it gracefully and I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a part of the journey, right?
Yeah.
The Porter Way podcast. Watch it all platforms: YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. Sean, always a pleasure, bro.
Yes, sir. Always. See you later.
Can I steal you, Sean?
Come on, you already set up and everything.
Hell yeah. I was like, yeah, he can't say
Appreciate
Yeah, no doubt.
You want me to kind of fix it for you, Sam?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You know, these are like,
Capping you at 5 minutes.
no, that's fine.
That's kind of how you want it. Here, maybe my light too will help. Is that better?
I think, I don't know.
I want to mess with you, but you always need help.
I do. You know, doing this as like one person, that's why John is my courtesy, so it's usually
How do
together.
you focus?
Oh, just do this, and then autofocus like
Better than dropping it.
Yeah, 5 minutos. Good. Now.
No, like your evil laugh.
You have a team.
Set up, just take down.
Exactly. So it must be nice. Okay, ready? And then record. Is it recording?
It's recording already.
Oh, it is?
Oh, okay.
Is it recording now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, sorry.
No, hold on. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, I'm Cindy Conte for Best Women's Boxing Show period on the road. Remember?
I know.
Period,
Oh, yeah,
Sean.
yeah,
He
right,
knows
right,
it.
right, yeah.
You can see. No, it's no. Just because it's a female.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a women's. Steven.